Can you do a Jeff Goldblum impression?
I could now. I like his line, "Must go faster, must go faster."
Which he says in like every movie. Well, no,
Yeah,
that's not true, but
he should. That should be his line.
you're listening to the all-new Culture Cast, Chicagoland's finest podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the newest edition of the all-new Culture Cast. I am the Gorehound, and with me today is
Nick.
Hey Nick, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know why I'm doing great?
Why is that?
'Cause it's Merica's birthday today.
Yes, it is. Oh, it is going to be so July 4th when this is posted.
Yes. You just ruined the illusion that this is a live show, Gorehound.
Oh,
Thanks
man.
a lot.
No, we got some live excitement going on.
I got my my trucker's hat on and my cut off
No, you don't.
denim jacket and about ready to drink some beer and fire off some sparklers.
Yeah, you've got your virtual America gear on right now.
Yeah.
Since we're in the virtual environment.
Yeah. No, I don't dress like that. You probably would never see me ever dress like that, but
No.
it is the 4th of July. This is our very special 4th of July episode. We thought it'd be fun to look at the most American movie ever made.
It is so American.
In the 1996 sci-fi classic, which is weird thinking of it as a classic, but I guess it somewhat is, Independence Day,
Right.
which the original one, not the sequel, which is in theaters now, Independence Day, Too Fast, Too Independent, I don't know, whatever it's called.
Yeah, Resurgence.
Resurgence.
Yes.
Renew, recreate. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop talking. But yes, so we
Yeah,
got a
so
lot of irons in the fire here that we're talking about tonight.
And since it would be very difficult for both of us to go out and pay $12 for a movie ticket, the opening weekend, we decided that we would just stick with the classic too.
Yeah, I'm not going to see that in the movie theater.
Yeah.
I don't. Anything's. I say that now, and I'll go tomorrow and see it. But
Yeah.
I don't plan to rush to see it.
Yeah.
But
So.
yeah. But speaking of things to be seen, what have you been watching lately?
What have I been watching? Well, so we signed up for this app, this T-Mobile. We have T-Mobile cell phone provider, and we signed up for this T-Mobile Tuesdays, where like every Tuesday they give you deals if you have this app. And so on this app, it was free tickets. So I was like, oh my gosh, free tickets! And I was going to go see, because the girl was going out to guitar lessons, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to go out and see a movie like Independence Day or The Conjuring 2, because somebody has just questioned my credibility at work. So I was like, I am slacking here. So I was going to go out and see like a new release horror movie and see, I still watch horror movies. But we saw Dory.
Like, you went by yourself?
Oh no, she signed up and we went to go see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a case of like, I wanted to go, but I ended up in Finding Dory. How was it? I hear it's pretty good.
No.
Not your cup of tea?
No, it was not my cup of tea. It was, I don't know how to describe it. I did not get any pleasure out of it. And there was Sigourney Weaver in it.
Really?
As a voice.
Oh, I didn't know she was in it.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. My excitement peaked as I heard her. But I saw that, and I also watched two other horror movies, The Forest and The Witch, which were just released on DVD and have been at Redbox for a while. And neither of them really did anything for me. But I wasn't expecting them to do anything for me either. Have you seen those? Are you familiar with those two?
No, not at all.
They're just like real slow horror movies. The Witch is like set in like colonial era about an actual witch like harassing this like Christian family who's like trying to make a living. and it was slow and kind of boring. And then The Forest was just a forgettable movie with Natalie Dormer, which is Marjorie Tyrell from Game of Thrones. So, yeah, I've been watching. I could probably go on for quite a bit. I've been watching quite a bit, but what have you been watching?
Well, among other things, I watched an episode of the Bob Ross show on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I just watched it the other day, and I want to be a painter.
Oh my god, dude!
It makes it look so so easy. And I know it's probably not, but you know.
No, but he is such a good person because he really makes you feel good. Like you can do this.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah,
we're going to put little things here, and he's so folksy when he talks. While I do this, let me tell you about these stories. We're watching these little squirrels right now, and here's a video of the little squirrels, and they're little rascals. They like to be fed, and he's just like, you're like, aw. He's like everyone's like favorite like uncle or something like that. But
yeah, and because I used to do a little bit of painting when I was in my undergrad, and like I've been like thinking maybe I should like bust it out again because it seems so soothing and calming, and I'm trying to like live a much more stress-free life, and he does not look stressed at all.
No.
So if I could get any bit of like calming and relaxation from him, I'm going to take it. I should also mention I've been trying to listen. I've been trying to aggregate all of my podcasts that I listen to because I listen to so many. But I wanted to mention one called Rewatchability. You haven't heard of that, right? Okay. I actually never even heard of it before this, but I was looking for podcasts about, well, I kind of went on a search for like Jeff Goldblum and Bill Pullman interviews or podcasts, and I couldn't find, well, I found one, but none of them were talking about Independence Day. There was one which is so great. It was Jeff Goldblum playing jazz for NPR. Because apparently he's a pianist, and it was fantastic because he's just talking like so Jeff Goldblum, and as he's playing jazz, you could kind of hear him like muttering all of his like Jeff Goldblum noises in the background. That was really good. But there's this podcast called Rewatchability where I felt like it was like our podcasts with like one or two other people, and it was just like they have advertising and they're so like put together. And it was like really interesting to check them out. I listened to an Independence Day and an Idle Hands podcast because I've been really wanting to watch Idle Hands lately. Do you have a man crush of the week?
No, I don't. Sorry.
No?
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum. Which was just like...
Duh.
Which was just like... He's irresistible. Because I rewatched this movie last night, and I was like, "Oh my god, dude, this guy, he's fantastic." So, because I was thinking, if I shaved my beard and cut my hair to look just like him, and even dressed like him, I don't think I could pull off as suave of a persona as he is. It's just, he's one of a kind.
You want to jump into today's
Independence Day
topic? It came out in 1996, directed by Ronald Emmerich, and produced by Dean Devlin, written by both of them. And these guys went on to make large-scale disaster films, like The Day After Tomorrow, Godzilla, the 90s version with Matthew Broderick, the 10,000 BC, the original Stargate, which is the film that they kind of cut their teeth on, I would argue. And a lot of their early films kind of feature the same sort of setup. You have the military guy and the nerdy guy who wind up saving the day. But that's neither here nor there. In Independence Day, we discover that these aliens have decided to come to Earth to take over our planet for reasons that are kind of left vague. And in doing so, they try to wipe out mankind by blowing up all of our major cities.
Yeah.
And it leads us to a ragtag team led by Will Smith, Bill Pullman, and the aforementioned Jeff Goldblum, to defeat these aliens and save America and the
Right.
world, but mostly America.
Yeah. And this formula for, aliens take over the world has been done so many times.
Oh yeah, it's a tried and true formula.
Right. And they will keep on doing it. But for some reason, this movie just escalates far above the template.
Does it
Alien.
though?
Oh my God, dude, it does. In so many levels.
I I enjoy this film for the spectacle element, but I don't think it's a particularly good movie.
Really?
Well, I mean, like I'll watch it, I'll be entertained, and I think that's okay. But in terms of actually being good, it doesn't really take any chances or risks. There are like little things that happen that it's very vanilla. The film is very vanilla. Its selling point is that it blows up like famous monuments, like the White House and all of New York and,
Hmm.
and other places. Like that's its selling point, and that's. I remember there was a lot of controversy slash praise at the time when this movie came out, strictly because of all that carnage that the movie had.
Okay.
But I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
Um, but
But,
yeah.
because when I think of Independence Day, I think of movies like Titanic and Jurassic Park, where they were just blockbusters and they were just, nobody really questioned whether they were good or not. They were just blockbusters and awesome in every way.
No, and that's fair. And I think this is a movie that speaks to a very specific crowd. Uh, and again, I don't hate this movie. I'm making it sound like I hate it. I think
Yeah.
there is some merit to it just on entertainment level, but it doesn't go full on goofy and silly, which it could, and it's a very valid choice, but doesn't really take its material serious enough to make it like a serious action film. It's kind of like in that weird middle zone. But in terms of like just shutting off your brain and enjoying the eye candy, yeah, this film kind of does it, and it revs
Yeah.
you up at the end when everyone's getting together and Bill Pullman does his speech,
Yeah.
and he's
It
like,
is so fast paced. I mean, it just goes so fast through this movie.
it does, but I also feel the beginning, everything leading up to the aliens attacking,
Yeah.
I feel can drag at times because
Yeah.
the aliens are going to attack. Based on the trailers, based on the poster, the aliens are going to blow shit up.
Hmm.
And it's like they're like treading time. Like the humans are like, we don't know what's going to happen. What's going to happen? How is this going to happen? We need to fix this. It's like, no, no, no. You guys are all going to get blown up soon. So let's just cut to that part.
No, I feel that it builds up adequately. They are it because they're making it out to be this is just a regular day. This is what people do. I mean, because she still goes to work as a stripper, and you're like, but that's coming in on the impression that okay, these people know that these aliens are going to invade. Nobody really knows what's going on because I was kind of equating it with like Hurricane Katrina, where it's like, okay, that's going to happen over there. It's not going to affect me that much, and I'm still going to go to work tomorrow
No,
until
yeah,
until the actual
they start blowing stuff up.
right, and then you see everything going to wasteland,
Yeah.
and then people react adequately.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the movie does a couple of interesting things, and I almost wish it could have delved more into it, but it's not the kind of movie that does it, that everyone's reaction to aliens are different. Like, people are having parties on top of the buildings that are about to get blown up, even though they don't know
Yeah.
they're getting blown up. Some people are, like, freaking out and trying to get the hell out of Dodge, where the aliens are at. And, because I think stuff like that would happen. I'd be curious to see, the movie doesn't go into it, but I'd be curious to see the religious aspect of aliens coming down and hovering the globe. So, I mean, I don't know, it does some things that are interesting. And there are a couple of fun little scenes in the film there. I mean, this is, I think Independence Day is the quintessential 90s blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Well, I don't know. What do you think which movie do you enjoy more? This or Jurassic Park?
Oh, Jurassic Park, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I think Jurassic Park would be the quintessential.
Okay, well, I think
Blockbuster.
they've both fit in that the era. I think Independence Day was game-changing in the sense of its special effects. The same way Jurassic Park was, but on a different level.
Yeah. Do you think the special effects measure up still?
I think for the most part they do.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's not, I don't know. We're not like zooming in to these spaceships where we can like see all the detail. We still have adequate distance where it makes sense that the CGI that they used. I mean, the alien is real, and that's fantastic. And the aliens, like the individual fighter planes, that's the best that they could have done. And I don't think that they could have done that any better today. I mean, because at that scale, it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. It's, I mean, if it is today, it'd probably just be more, much more detailed in that, where you see them going by, they'll be maybe look a little bit more realistic. But for a mid-90s movie, with a budget of $75 million, which is a decent budget, but it's not astronomical compared to other budgets around the time, it's still, it looks good. It looks good. I can't complain on that one there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the only time that I really noticed like CGI was when we see the individual fighter pilots of the aliens, because you're seeing those so much and they're just like doing all this crazy stuff, and yeah, they're aliens, but you're kind of defining the laws of gravity at that point.
The laws of physics. It can't spin like that. I wonder how much of that, and this is me, I honestly don't know how much of that was actually CGI versus model work. If they did any model work, I'm sure some of it was. But
yeah, I read that not the big mothership, but like the 15 smaller ships. I believe that they use models for that.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a shit ton of trivia on IMDb about this movie. Like, I was just going through it last night. I'm like, gosh, there's a lot of stuff here.
Well, it's a very popular movie, so people are going to want to learn about it.
Yeah.
And this is a very important film in regards to the careers of Dean Devlin and Roland Emmerich, because that really got them on the... they did Stargate before this, and Stargate was a moderate hit, but this is the film that really exploded them. And even more importantly, this is the film that made Will Smith an international star.
Mm-hmm.
Like, before this he did this film right when The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was wrapping up. And he had done movies, but nothing where he was like the lead. Or the lead in a huge mainstream blockbuster film. And this movie was just huge. It earned $817 million. And for a mid-90s film, that's crazy lot of money.
You know, he has a lot of like really well-known movies, but a lot of his movies are like either awesome or just like a failure, like 10,000 BC in 2012.
Yeah. Oh, Dean Devlin and Ronald Emmerich? Who are you talking about?
Roland Emmerich.
Roland. Why do I keep calling him Ronald? He's not Ronald.
Yeah. Because Roland is the director and Dean is the writer.
Yeah. Well, they're both writers, but yeah, Roland definitely, he directs.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because I didn't really recognize the name until I don't know. But yeah, I've seen almost all of his movies.
Exploded Will Smith's career.
Yes.
Jeff Goldblum was already popular due to things like The Fly and especially Jurassic Park. This one, I thought his career was going to explode more, but it just sort of leveled out after this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I was watching this and I felt like it wasn't the Jeff Goldblum that we have today.
no,
He's really evolved or changed or whatever. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I was like, this is a different type of Jeff Goldblum. Like this is like a more normal Jeff Goldblum than we have today.
it's not the nutty Jeff Goldblum who's doing
Yeah, apartment. Yeah.
apartment.com.
I really wish he wouldn't do that. He's better than that.
It's an easy paycheck. Like those,
Yeah.
those
Yeah, same with Christoph Waltz doing games
like what was he doing? Game of Thrones or Clash of Clans or one of those?
yeah, Clash of Clans, and I'm like, come on, dude.
Schwarzenegger does one of them as well.
Yeah, and he's like full blown. Like I honestly believe that Schwarzenegger plays that game.
How do I play the guy? Oh, that's a horrible Schwarzenegger. That's awful Schwarzenegger.
I'll take it though.
I had some like country twang in that. I don't know what was going on. Bill Pullman, who plays the President of the United States.
Yeah.
Which, side note, when we get closer to the election, we should do a podcast on our favorite fictional presidents.
My gosh. So totally.
But Bill Pullman played the president. I'm surprised his career didn't go bigger, because maybe that was by his choice. I don't know. But Will Smith definitely came away from this movie the biggest of them all. So.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time looking up best American presidents in movies right now because I really want. Because I think Bill Pullman has been like my favorite,
and he played the president twice. Fun fact.
Because he's so good at it. Bill Pullman's profile photo on IMDb is him with a beard, and he looks good.
Well, he has a beard recently for the new Independence Day movie. So
you're not looking forward to seeing the new one?
I'm not against the new one. I'm not going out of my way to necessarily see it. And apparently, it's been getting dog reviews. Like it's bombing at the box office.
Yeah.
Which I'm honestly surprised, because there was a lot of early buzz for this movie. But
I haven't read any reviews. I read reviews about Tarzan this morning.
Oh yeah, that's the summer blockbuster I keep forgetting is coming out.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad that it's not doing very well. I just don't feel like that's what people want to see right now. I mean, it's Avatar, like, capitalized on that. And I don't know.
Well,
and especially coming out at the same time as Jungle Book.
Yeah, Jungle Book's a couple months old now, so...
Oh, is it?
I think it came out back in April or something. It just had in a rare move for a modern movie, it had staying power.
Yeah.
So,
well,
anyway.
I would be looking forward to seeing the new one, just because this was so exciting. This movie is just so exciting to me. I love that the alien is something other than the alien is just so unique.
Because it looks like half insect, half human being, just about.
Yeah, I mean that huge head that opens up and you see like the little alien inside, like controlling like the big body. That's so badass. I'm surprised that it didn't earn as much money or it's not holding up. Because I'm seeing on Wikipedia that it's like number 55 on highest grossing movies.
What's that? The new one?
Independent, though, the
original?
96 one. Yeah.
Well, I mean...
50 other movies, like Spectre, and Spider-Man 3, and Shrek 2.
Those films made bank.
Yeah.
We live in a different world. Like, back then, like, movies had... you'd go to a movie, and if you didn't catch it this week, it'll still be in next week.
Yeah.
And they're in much longer. Nowadays, people rush that first weekend. Most movies get all their money during that first or second weekend, and then after that, it just sort of trails off. And it's just a different time. Things are just being done differently.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway. Back to Independence Day, or ID4, as it was nicknamed, which is kind of dumb if you think about it. It's not
No.
the fourth Independence Day. It's
Yeah.
July 4th. But I don't know. They needed something
Yeah.
clever to give it.
Yeah. I'm willing to forgive that
Yeah.
because it I don't know, it adds like a little thing to it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just, this American holiday. It's I don't know,
It's the
something.
world's holiday.
Yeah, it's kind of like
Today we declare our Independence Day.
it's kind of like Piranha 3 Double D. It's like, yes, it is stating the fact this is the third movie in the Piranha series, but it's also giving you like a little hint. Like, there's a lot of girls in this one. Not that the 4 gives it away, but it kind of just adds a little fling to the name.
And it was the ID4 is mostly for marketing purposes. So, anyway, we haven't really talked much about the actual movie. I feel like we've been talking all around it, but what about the actual film? What things did you like about the movie?
Well, what was your favorite part of it? Because I've got one.
I don't know exactly what my favorite part would be.
Okay.
I'm struggling. I know there is some. I'm struggling. You go first. Let me think about it.
Well, I can account for the Graveyard Queen's favorite part. She told me that her favorite part is when Will Smith is crashed the alien spacecraft and he punches the alien. He's like, "Welcome to Earth."
No, was it that or was it Welcome to Earth?
I was listening to that on the podcast. It sounds like he's just saying Earth.
Probably is. It's just his.
But yeah, for some reason you just want to think. Did he say Earth?
It's just the way I think he says it so quick, and there's the motion that goes around that sounds like Earth.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the part where he's like trash talking the alien because it's so good because you can see that it's hot. Because I was just thinking, as an actor, you're in the middle of this salt plain. It is just god awful hot, and you're probably just like ready to like just be done with this. And you're just trash talking this alien because you're American, and this alien just killed all of your friends. So
it's interesting that the military in that movie wasn't as more distraught. Like Will Smith's cracking jokes. Like, did no one he know die? It just does he? Like, for all he knows, his girlfriend and his kid are dead.
Yeah,
and the dog. Don't forget the dog.
Oh, Boomer! Gosh, that actually might be my favorite scene. Is when Boomer escapes the tunnel fire.
Okay, I think one of my favorite parts. I have two. I thought about it.
Yeah.
One, I like when he's trash talking the alien, and he's like dragging the alien in the desert. There, he's like, "I could have been at a barbecue."
Yeah. Because that is honestly what somebody on July 4th would be doing.
But I also like at the end when they go into the space. Him and Jeff Goldblum go into the spaceship, and. Like Jeff Goldblum turns to him and says, "Do you really think you can fly us up there?" And Will Smith turns back to him and says, "Can you do any of that bullshit you just said?" And then like they have a good comic duo, comic timing. Yeah.
Their interaction. That's my favorite part is the interaction between Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum because it's just golden right there. They're two actors who still today are just doing awesome things.
Except Will Smith was too good to be in Independence Day 2.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't do that.
Here's the story I heard. I've heard different things, but the consistent thing I hear is like when they first talked to him and said, "Hey, we're going to make Independence Day 2." Will Smith was like, "Great, sign me up. This sounds great." And then they wrote the script, got the story outline, and they gave it to Will Smith right around the time that he did After Earth. And Will Smith was like, "This sounds like fun, but I don't think I should do this movie because because After Earth had a father-son thing going on, and apparently the original version of Independence Day 2 had a father-son thing going on as well, and he felt he would just be repeating himself."
Yeah, and it's just like another science fiction movie.
Yeah, I'm sure that had a part to it too.
Yeah, I think I read that somewhere too.
So, but from what I've heard, his character spoilers, I guess, dies between the two movies.
Mm-hmm.
But it's vague enough where if they want to bring him back, it could be like, "Oh, I was with the aliens this whole time," or something stupid. But
yeah, pull a Fox Mulder.
yeah, so if they want to, if they make Independence Day 3, they could bring
announced
him.
Already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I knew they wanted to, but I didn't know
why not. Yeah, because they have to bring it to the fourth one.
Yeah, so it can make ID 4. Oh, now I get it.
Where it's logical.
Oh, boy. So...
but how about the actors that are in the movie? Obviously, Bill Pullman is the president.
I like Bill Pullman. I wish he got more work.
Yeah, he's fantastic. I just keep on thinking of him in Casper the Friendly Ghost with Christina Ricci.
He was in that, wasn't he?
And he's so good in that.
Probably the only thing that's good about that movie. Other than the Ghostbuster cameo.
Oh, what was Slimer in there?
No, Dan Aykroyd in his Ghostbuster costume was in the movie.
Oh, I don't remember.
It's a brief bit. Like, they're in the house, and they're trying to get rid of the ghost at the beginning of the movie. And Dan Aykroyd runs out of the house. He's like, "Who are you going to call? Somebody else!" And, like, runs away scared.
But yeah, Will Smith is the wisecracking fighter pilot who really is good. I find that every single scene that he is in is well-deserved. It's like, you think, why is he the one pilot who is with the president, and why is he here? But it's really because he is the only one that survived that, like, onslaught.
Yeah.
And
he brought the alien to Area 51.
Right, and so it's like, yes, it is a very fortuitous event that he's there, but it's very logical. And if they're going to send anybody up there, it's going to be this guy who's right here, who's very familiar with everything, and is our best choice at flying this thing.
I can't believe he got away with it too, because he was like, "Oh, I saw how it flies. I know how to fly it." What? That's like me looking at a 747 airplane, seeing how it flies. I'm like, "Yep, I could fly that thing, no problem," without having any training whatsoever.
I can see that, because if I'm a cartographer, if I saw somebody else make a map in a different way, or seen somebody using some sort of GIS system, I could say, okay, I know how to operate that system. Whereas if you looked at it, you'd be like, I don't know. I can see that, because he's a fighter pilot. I'm sure he's flown other types of fighter pilots, just like I've used other GIS systems. I could see that happening.
Okay. But, it makes sense for the movie anyway, because he's our hero, and the hero has to save the day at the end.
Yeah, as he does.
Yes. So, what about? I can't believe we didn't even talk about this. What about Randy Quaid?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's just has all these little moments where you're like, oh my gosh, this guy again, and then like 20 minutes later, you're like, oh gosh, why are we watching this guy? And then at the end of the movie, it just like comes full circle. He saves the day.
I really think they could have cut his character completely out of the movie, and you would not miss anything.
Yeah.
Like, you could just change the ending that Bill Pullman fires the shot at the end, because I think he fired it, but he misses, right? At the Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman.
Yeah, he fires his missile, but it doesn't hit the actual target. Like, it hits the side of it. And that's where Randy Quaid comes from and flies into the thing.
Oh.
Like, you could have just had Bill Pullman pull Luke Skywalker and fire his thing and blow up the ship.
No, it adds another layer to the film, because the entire film we're looking at wisecracking, suave people, professionals, and then this guy.
The redneck wins the day for everyone.
Right, because that is what America is that guy. Stubborn, believing in all this bullshit, but I mean, at the end of the day, half of America is this guy.
I never thought of it like that before.
Yeah.
You are totally right. Like, the average American citizen is probably like this guy.
Yeah. Yeah, because how many other Will Smiths and Jeff Goldblums are there in America? Probably like 10%. But this guy is like 50% of America right there.
And I love how American this movie actually is. Like, when they figure out how to defeat them,
Oh, yeah.
and they're in like some other country, like the
Yeah.
Americans, they have a plan. Well, it's about time.
Yeah, praise be to America.
Merica.
Yeah. And then everybody just decides to, oh, that seems logical. Sure. We won't question it.
And you never see them defeat all the aliens. You just see them defeat that one ship. So let's hope all the countries are successful as well.
Mm.
But they blow up the big mothership, so I guess that's something.
Yeah.
Harry Connick Jr. had a brief role as Will Smith's friend who dies in the first attack, the fighter pilot. And fun fact about that, originally cast in that role was Matthew Perry from Friends.
Oh my gosh.
Matthew Perry left for whatever reason. That'd be so weird to see Matthew Perry in that movie. Because I think this was right before Friends came out, maybe? When did Friends start? Friends premiered in 1994. So this would have been 2 years into Friends with Matthew Perry in this movie. That's interesting. So, fun fact for the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. We covered quite a bit. Do you have anything else to say about Independence Day?
What would you give this star rating?
3 out of 5.
Oh my gosh, see, that's where you're wrong. This is 5 out of 5. It's
to me, it's one of those movies you see once and you're good. I have no rush to see it again. But if it was on TV, I throw it on just because it'd be on.
Right. I find it to be one of those movies where I can't walk away from it. Like, if it's on, I have to watch it. So what would bring it up to a 5 out of 5 for you?
I don't know. Better pacing, having something that isn't as vanilla, maybe. I don't know. It's
okay. I love this movie.
A lot of people do.
And even no, it's not as good as Jurassic Park or Avatar.
I'd say it's maybe better than Avatar, but that's just me.
You think?
I wasn't as wowed by... Well, maybe Avatar and Independence Day are on equal footing in my mind. I wasn't really wowed by Avatar.
Okay. No, I don't have much else to say. I mean, I could probably go on about how awesome Jeff Goldblum and Bill Pullman are for
they are pretty awesome.
quite a while, but I don't think that discussion is ever going to end. So, all right. Well, do you have trivia for this one?
I do.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be an Independence Day related movie.
All right. Independence Day
related trivia. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you might remember, we're going to be talking about The Simpsons. In a very popular old school Simpsons episode, Harvey Fierstein, who played in this movie, guest starred on The Simpsons, as did probably several other people. But our three main leads in this movie, Will Smith, Bill Pullman, and Jeff Goldblum, which of the three have guest starred on The Simpsons? Is it Will Smith, Bill Pullman, or Jeff Goldblum?
Pullman.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I am sorry. Wrong. The correct answer is Jeff Goldblum has actually guest starred on The Simpsons. Will Smith and Bill Pullman have not.
I felt like I've seen Pullman on there, but I don't watch a whole lot of Simpsons.
Oh, well, perhaps that wasn't fair then. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
But
Yeah, Simpsons has been one of those shows where it's just, I don't know, I think it's just that it's just like straight up. I I know that there are a lot of Simpson fanatics out there where they just think it's the best show, but to me, it is just comedy and nothing else to it.
well, that's where you're wrong.
Yeah,
About at least the first 6 or so
yeah,
years, but
yeah. Would you still watch it today?
The Simpsons, I don't go
Yeah,
out of my way to watch it, but if it's on, I'll keep it on.
yeah.
But I could rewatch those early episodes again and again. They're that good, in my opinion.
I think I feel that way about South Park.
Yeah, I could get behind that. Yeah.
Yeah, because South Park, I still really like South Park because it's just so. They're still pulling out like modern events out of it, and I don't know how long they're going to keep on going.
Yeah. South Park for me right now is very hit or miss. But yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that concludes our discussion or our podcast of Independence Day, ID4. You have any final thoughts?
No.
So, all right. Well, it's been a pleasure, and until next week, we are the All New Culture Cast.
God bless America. You've been listening to the All New Culture Cast, where every episode is all new. Check out our blog, Zach and Nick's Culturecast, at znculturecast.wordpress.com, and find us on social media. Send us an email at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your feedback, comments, and requests. Theme music by bensound.com. The All New Culturecast, a saltwater production, copyright 2016.
And there was also, which I thought was the worst title for like a mockbuster, but it's Independence Disaster, which I think I am going to watch.